scientist, and welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been in my channel before, what I do is to basically upload information about nuclear energy, and I also had another set of videos dedicated to the generic fundamental examination, which is discontinued, but I think it's a very important topic. But today we are gonna embark into developing this activity that we're gonna have at the Nuclear Science Merit Badge Workshop. The American Nuclear Society Arizona Local Section, it's collaborating with Palo Verde and the Palo Verde Young Generation Nuclear, and we are so happy and so thrilled that we are hosting the Nuclear Science Merit Badge, and this is gonna happen on September 16, 2023. And one of the things that it's the goal is kind of like leaving something behind. Like if you are interested in developing any type of activity, like this is a really good place to start. So let's just start now. Okay, so the activity that we're gonna do first is gonna be the 3D model of an atom, right? And one of the things that I think is very important is to make sure that we meet the requirements for, the batch series. So first, in order to be able to do that, we need to, choose an element from the periodic table. But in this case, we want to construct the 3D model of the atom, right? So what is asking this requirement for us is to pick 3 isotopes of this element, and we need to make sure that the scouts show neutrons, protons, and electrons, and make sure they use the 3 models to explain the difference between atomic number and mass number, and the difference between the quark structure of a neutron and a proton. And that's gonna be explained previously in the lesson. So the lesson plan is here. So that's gonna be explained before. That way they are ready to, do this activity. So how are we actually gonna do this once we are at the event? So something that we are going to start doing, right, is knowing, okay, what are the materials that we need and all this stuff. So when we do this activity for creating a 3D model of an atom, this is gonna help students and scouts to illustrate the structure and understand, the concept of the atomic number, mass number, quark structure. So I'm gonna kind of explain like step by step how to do that. So first, what materials do we need? So first we're gonna need like engineering paper. We're gonna need a periodic table. For this periodic table, what I suggest you is just print it out at your local library. So what I did is that I print this periodic table that I really like. This is very colorful. So, and I put 2 of this in one piece of paper, letter size. So I got 2, and since I need this like for a couple of scouts, I didn't spend that much money on it. So it's cheaper just to print it out and laminate it yourself. I know it takes time, but you can use this for future events, because I think if you go to your local library right now, printing color is like 75 cents. At least that's the cost here in Arizona, in Phoenix. So another thing is having a list of isotopes, and this is what I have. I only picked these isotopes because, right, if we are trying to create a 3D model of a uranium-235 or so, it's gonna take them more than 30 minutes, right? I have done that myself, and I know it takes more than 30 minutes. So this is, this is enough time. And I think if we stick with the ones on the top, the first 6, we're gonna have plenty of time, right? Because we also need to dedicate some time for discussion, and we need to make sure the scouts finish this on time. So that's why I picked only that list of isotopes. I didn't use like, the entire list from the periodic table or, chart of nuclides. So now I have a card deck of the elements, and I found this really nice card deck from the elements. It's from elements.long.com. So I think that's pretty neat, because I already have a card deck for the elements, and you can find that on like Amazon or other places, I'm pretty sure. So I'm printing only the first two, and I'm printing back and forth and laminating myself, because as I mentioned, like doing things yourself is cheaper, because I need this for 15 tables, right? I'm gonna have 8 scouts and I'm gonna have 15 tables, so I need to print this times 15. So imagine having to do that, buying like $22 times 50. So, I mean, that's a lot of money, because that's kind of like the cheapest card deck costs. So that's gonna be $330. So I don't think, I mean, I'm trying to find ways to, don't spend that much money. Cost savings is important when you are doing outreach events too, because there are other important things where we can use that resources, right? So now the next part for doing the 3D model part, we're gonna do it on a paper plate. I got a white paper plate that is like foam, so I use that one. It's white, and they can write and draw in it. Also have some colors, either markers or pencils available, and we're gonna use for the 3D model like small marshmallows, like, and they're the color ones, so they can pick one color to be protons, another color to be neutrons, so that way they can distinguish. And optional, you can get some glue, or you can get like some, because they can smash them like together, like in the center, like they can grab all of those and just put it in the center, smash them together. But if you have extra funding, you can have some glue, like there's like food glue that you use for cake decorations and stuff like that, so you can also do that and use that one. So then what is gonna happen next? So next, when they need to choose an element, so they're gonna go to the periodic table, and I will have them to have this paper, and pick a couple of these elements, like say, okay, I want whatever, lithium, and some what do we have here, xenon, and some, I don't know, neon, for, they like this, and they might look at this and say, okay, I like the neon one. So they can pick 3, just write them down on the engineering paper, right? So they know which elements they picked. So now I will suggest them to stay within this list, but they can see the entire elements in the in the periodic table. But the reason that I'm doing this is because if I do all of them, it's gonna take them longer to finish the activity, and we only have 30 minutes. So that's why, pick between 1 and 18. They can pick any of them, and you're gonna have the card decks to help them. So they can pick one card, and they can just go to the list of isotopes, and from the one that they pick, just pick an isotope, and then just write it down, right? And then they can just exchange the card deck between them, and then pick another one, maybe aluminum, right? They want to pick aluminum. And then on the third round, they can say, well, I'm picking beryllium, or I'm exchanging my card with someone that has beryllium, and I can pick any isotope I want. And that's how we're going to start, right? So first, all of them, they need to write like their element and the isotope that they want, whatever number they want to pick. So, the smaller number, the easier it will be, all right? So that's what I'm suggesting, to stay within this one. It will be easier, but I mean, we can just extend ourselves, so they, older kids, they might be able to pick some of these ones. It's gonna be easier for them. So then after we have our 3 isotopes, right? And obviously they're gonna see the card, and there's gonna be information in the back, like what do you use this element for and whatnot. So there's gonna be information for that. So now that they have picked their 3 isotopes, we will have to ask them, hey, now you need to draw 2 of them. So you're just gonna draw 2 isotopes, right? Or they can just draw the element that they picked. They don't need to draw the isotopes, but preferably getting them used to the idea of isotopes, so they can see the difference, right? So after they are done finishing their drawing their isotopes, they're gonna have enough experience and understanding on how to, make the 3D model, because they already just draw two of them. So that kind of like gives them the experience. So now when they do the actual 3D model of the isotope using the paper plate, so basically you're gonna give them the paper plate, and then the paper plate, they're gonna draw the orbits, the electron orbits, and depending on whatever they pick, they're gonna they can use their, it's gonna be something similar but like this, but in a paper plate. So instead of having this paper, they're just gonna draw it around the plate, and then in the middle they're gonna use the marshmallows to put together the protons and neutrons, right? So, and the electrons, they can just draw them around it, and that's basically it. So then after that, they will have some time for discussion, hopefully, or while they are doing it, the activity leaders can help them in engaging in a discussion, right? If they have any questions or whatnot, we can help them. But I think this is a very fun activity, with very colorful information, cards, and periodic table. So that's gonna be a really good start. And I think it's important, we will introduce them to what isotopes are. So I think that's really good, because when I was a child, I didn't know anything. I never heard anything about what isotopes were. So I think it's good that at this early age, like, because we're gonna have scouts that are gonna be like 10 years of age, the youngest one up all the way up to 18. So I think it's gonna be a really good, conversation, because I spent like a long time, I think, until I went to college or after, when I heard, about isotopes. But they will be able to hear about this concept earlier, which is really, really cool. And well, if you guys have any questions about how to do this activity, let me know. I hope it's clear enough. But if not, you guys know I'm available. You guys know where to reach me, for the ones that are attending the event that is gonna happen at the Palo Verde Energy Education Center in Buckeye, Arizona on September 16. And if you are not, if you are new here, or if you are not part of that event, you can just put a comment below to see what you think. How can we make this better? And the reason that we made this the way that we did is also because we only had enough funding, right, to cover all the activities. So the more funding we'll be able to get, the better it will be for us. So I'm just gonna leave information below if you would like to donate to the American Nuclear Society Arizona local section. We're always welcoming funding and donations from everywhere to be able to engage in more interactive activities. More interactive means, we need to use more resources to make it even more fun. But I'm pretty sure this is gonna turn out really great for scouts. And also, who doesn't like, marshmallows? That's a problem, because I love them. But anyway, for this activity, that's gonna be it. I hope you have time to look at the next videos that are available here, so you can, take a look and, either perform this activity with your kids at home, or you can also, if you're organizing a nuclear science merit batch. I hope this is helpful for you, and whenever I have time, I will add the links to all of this. So if just a reminder, just please subscribe to my channel. My channel, Ira is Strong, right? I really hope that you guys can implement this anywhere you guys are. So that will be it for me. Thank you so much.